His name was Major Hogan. Yes, like Hogan's Heroes. He was our squadron commander when I was in basic training in the Air Force at Lackland Air Force Base. I had a draft number of 7. They were only taking to 30 that year, but I figured 4 years in the Air Force had to be better than 2 in the Army any day of the week. So I wasn't prepared, though, for what basic training was initially going to be like. I wasn't prepared for all the yelling and screaming that was going to be going on. I only met this man one time, and he only said 12 words to me. The first week in the Air Force, they told us that if we said we took drugs and went in and signed a document saying that we did, we'd be out, no questions asked. I didn't tell you about the fine print that might have been there, but at that point, I wanted no part of what was the Air Force, what I thought was the Air Force. There were about 10 of us who went in, and they all went first, and you could see inside the window that they were signing a document and then they were leaving. I was the last person to go in. And Major Hogan said 12 words to me. He said, "Son, you've never taken a drug in your life. You are staying." From that moment on, my life changed. From that moment on, everything fell into place for me in basic training, fell in place for me in the Air Force. When I was at Pope Air Force Base in North Carolina, I was 19 years old and I did my first sermon. It was actually 45 minutes long. I know it's hard to believe. But at that moment, I knew. When Father O'Toole came up to me and Chaplain Brown came up to me, a Southern Baptist, they said, we know what you need to do. And so I started writing seminaries. I knew I needed college. In the Air Force, because of the 4+ years I was in, 2 years or more of my college was taken care of. I got it done at night, going 4 nights a week. I got to meet with Vietnamese refugees when they were coming into a place that I only dreamed of going to as a child. When I was a child, I told my mom, when I grow up, I want to be Chinese. She said, "Peter, you can't be Chinese." When I was assigned to Jelinko Air Station, Taipei, Taiwan, it was like a dream come true. It was the most wonderful moment in my life to be there and living in an area and a culture that was so different than what I had grown up with in the United States. Everything in my life fell into place because one man, Major Hogan, who knew nothing about me, for some reason got up that morning. And that morning when he got up, was there something in his head that said, the words I'm going to say to someone today is going to make a difference? Because he only said 12 words. 12 words. And it changed my life and probably saved my life because I wouldn't be where I am today because of it. The words we say make a difference. And if they're coming from God, they will be uplifting. They will be life-changing. They will be life-saving words. Never discount the words we say to other people. It may be such a small number that you think it's insignificant, but it never is. It can change someone's life. And 12 words from a man I met only one time changed mine. Take care.